I was teaching in a primary school for 5 years, and from there, because I was mainly teaching the lower primary, the primary 1, 2 and 3, that's how I developed my passion for teaching. When I was teaching the primary 1 especially, I noticed there's quite a big gap between some of them even in the same class. Some actually knew a lot, but some came in basically with zero knowledge. They don't even know their ABCs or 1, 2, 3. So I have to start from scratch. After noticing that, I realized that I can do something more for the preschool. Since I have the knowledge base from the primary school, I can try to bridge that gap when I come into the preschool sector. Until when I really started handling the young ones, I realized it's not that easy, and I really can't use much of that knowledge when I had in primary school for the preschool children. It's very different. When I first stepped in and faced the very young ones, the 18 months, I was like, oh no, how am I supposed to handle them? Then I even have to change their diapers for them. They will keep hanging on to me, wanting me to hug them. So I really felt like a nanny at that time when I just started in, especially before my training starts. After the WSQ training, I realized our job is more than a nanny. Not only we have to take care of them, take care of their safety, but we also teach them skills, we also teach them knowledge, which will be preparing them for primary school and onwards. Those who really want to inspire the children, want to do more for the children. One of the most important criteria will be the passion for children. With the passion, you can go very far in this industry. And another one would be the right training. With right training, with the right knowledge, you can really teach the children and groom them to be the future generation. All this learning really helps me in my job, so I would want to look into a degree in early childhood so that I can do more for the children. I love you! I love
you! I'm pretty much a fun-loving guy, a risk-taker, person who doesn't rest on my laurels. I love cooking since I was young. But because I was in a Peranakan family, so boys are not allowed in the kitchen. So I just have to really steal glances what my mom is cooking, my grandma is cooking, kind of thing. This lingering passion actually grew in me over the years, and I finally took up a course at Sunrise Global Chef Academy. Why I chose the course? Before I took up the course, I told myself, if I really want to embark on this journey, okay, I really have to do it the best that I can. Yeah, so it's no looking back because I already quit my job and do the course. I do not want to wait until when I'm 60 years old and I wake up one morning and just said, I should have done that. So, I spent many years in the corporate world, wearing suits and ties and so on. And then I have to wear the chef uniform in a classroom with all the youngsters because I'm a career switcher. I'm one of the oldest. So it's like, oh, okay, what is uncle doing with all the kids around me? And what's going to happen? So of course you feel very petrified in a way because it's a whole new world. It's a whole new challenge. I was a private chef when I finished the course. So I went to people's house and cooked. Most of my customers, they love my food and they say, you should start the restaurant, So all this cajoling and all, say, hey, Matthew, you should start, We will come and patronize and support you. So actually, I gave it a bit of thought. In order for me to create, and if I have the fundamentals and the imagination to actually cook, why not start on my own? It's really a testament that I have a gift for cooking. For a person who is really passionate about cooking and they really love the craft, but do not have the right skills or the knowledge to do so, embarking on such a course will actually give them a jump start into the industry. Any industry, learning is always an ongoing process. You learn till you grow. So I'll definitely be doing some more courses with WSQ. Passion is a very loose word used nowadays, where people just have a 3 minutes, 6 months passion and it dies. So you must protect your passion. You must stay true to what you love to do, and then you will go far.
Never give up. When it comes to learning, you always have to try. The first step is the hardest, but after that you will succeed. I'm a product designer, designing remotes, anything that you point and click. That's what we do. One of the issues that I face while doing my product design is that I have to communicate with the factory workers and the China suppliers. And by doing so, language is the key. Because if you're not able to communicate with your production or your suppliers, you cannot get your things done. You can design the most perfect product, but you cannot deliver. So I had to learn a new language. So I went to search online for courses to learn new languages, and I came across this WSQ Business Chinese course. During my first day of class, I was quite happy to say that I'm the youngest student there. And I also realized that actually there are a wide range of ages that attending this course. So it kind of shows to me that learning is lifelong, as one of my classmates is actually 70 years old. And she actually was attending this class, which kind of impresses me and also kind of motivates me to want to learn. As I said, it shows that any age you have to learn and you will learn. See, when I first used Chinese at my workplace, my colleagues were very surprised. They were like, "Wow, you're going to learn Chinese?" And I told them, yes, I went to learn so I could improve myself. Then I could also just learn with them by talking to them, and they can help teach me at the same time. Actually, this helped me a lot during supplier meetings and answering phone calls, because now it's easier for me to communicate with them over the phone instead of writing emails and waiting for them to translate it. And also, it's also easier to have daily conversations with my colleagues. It's much more convenient for everyone because I can also join in. They can just speak Chinese, no problem. Next step is to actually further my business Chinese to level 5 for speaking, and also to start learning how to write. So I can read emails, write emails, even read the newspapers. Never give up. Always, you have to always learn, because the industry always changes. That doesn't mean you don't. So always learn and always study. 不要放弃，继续学习。
You can change the life of your loved one. You can give them a better life than a secure future. I'm a freelance dispatch rider. I do courier service for 13 years. After the birth of my daughter, that is where I can't cope with the finance. So there's no future in this job. If I prolong this job, there's no CPF contribution, there's nothing stable. That is where I plan to upgrade myself. I received a letter from WDA, means I get 95% of the funding. That is where I started. I just come out 5%, okay, I can try. So I look up at the courses. I'm interested in security, so that is where I tried security. So they referred me to a career consultant for more advice. That is where I meet Andrew. He gave me the whole process, the procedure, all this. First course is quite challenging, but I adapt to the classroom environment, all this, because about 25 years stop school, after school, right? Then to start off study is not so easy, but I managed to cope. So for myself, if I got problem, I will share it with my friends, classmates, all this. Any subject, all this, you have discussion, that is where I cope in class. When I finish my course, that is where I went for work. So usually at work time, when my break time, I will just do some revision. Whatever that I go for the course, whatever been taught, I immediately apply for the work. I say the procedures, the preparation, all this, so it make difference. The courses really change a person's life. You see, from the start, I got no direction, all this. Right now, after finishing all the courses, I have a stable job, a good package pay, and I learned a lot of new things in workplace. So, totally different future for my family. My wife also encouraged me with the studies, and she's part of my journey also. I look forward to have a flat on my own, to give my family a bigger space, and it's my own, no more staying in the rental. I want to share this, what I go through, the success, how to share with people that if I can do it, you also can do it.
This WSQ is really makes me a better person for who I was. I was just a customer service assistant, and right now I'm already a full-fledged officer. It's the best thing that I could ever ask for. My brother was in full-time diploma, maritime engineering. So when he was studying in Singapore Polytechnic, I actually asked him, what do you do? What do you learn? It somehow like motivates and influenced me to be part of the team. So when I read up about these courses, about these backgrounds, I understand that there's such female officer around the world has deck department. Some are even engine. So that's what motivates me even more to be in this line. Traditionally, everyone knows it's a male-dominated industry, but doesn't mean it's a male-dominated industry, it's gonna stay that way forever. Because if someone can really take things into their stride and really go for it, why not? Why, right? WDA, E2I, and also MPA actually created this course, and they sponsored in our school fees, in our allowance, which I'm glad they did. I mean, without them, I think I still have to work part-time and save up my own money. Back then, I don't have any basic theory about vessels. I don't even know how to differentiate port and starboard. Port means left, starboard means right. So when 1 year sea time, it kind of like we do practically. So I understand, oh, this is what I studied in school and this is what I have to apply. At the end of the day, it's really worth it when you look and turn back at whatever you were and whatever you are right now. It's totally two different things. If it's your passion and you really have self-determination, really go for it without hesitation.